Good morning, everyone. It's Natalie here. Welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. I'm about to go out into the garden and do my morning inspection. It's Friday, so happy Friday, you guys. I hope you're enjoying your day so far. But yes, I'm going to go out in the garden. I had several things to do this morning, so I'm starting late in the garden, but that's okay. I have already harvested, and I'm going to harvest some more, I believe, some tomatoes that had started to ripen. They're starting to turn red. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest them and get them off the vine before the, what they call it, the leaf-footed bug, before they have a field day over there. So yeah, the insects at first, it wasn't so much of a problem, but now those cabbage worms, or not the cabbage worm, but the looper, the cabbage looper. It's this moth that lays eggs, and then once the little larva or the eggs hatch and that little larva grows, it will actually begin to eating away at the leaves, and I'm seeing a lot of leaf damage. Plus, with it raining off and on, it's a lot of moisture in the air. So I'm noticing a lot of little yellow leaves. So there's some maintenance that needs to be done. And I'll show you all that once we go out there. And also, I'm going to check the other container of corn, the silver and gold sweet corn, to see if I can harvest some of that corn. I've already been eating the early sun glow. Had some for dinner last night. I got 6 ears of corn off of the early sun glow. Beautiful. And it really tastes good. So I just wanted to see if the silver and gold variety, if that's ready. So I'll check on that. Told you how I do it. I go out there and I kind of pull the husk back a little bit so you can see the kernels. And then not too much now. You just kind of expose it just a little so you can take a finger and press one of the little kernels. And if a little milky substance or liquid comes out, then it's ready to be harvested. But if it's clear, like water, it's not ready. But we're just going to pull the little husk back up and cover it and let it stay on the stalk a little longer until it's ready. And also another indication that it's ready is the silks should be completely dried out and they turn brown. So yeah, I'm gonna go out there and do my inspection, and you guys are gonna come with me, okay? So let's go. Field trip. Okay, guys, I did my little test where I press the one of the kernels of the corn. This is my silver and gold sweet corn. And when I pressed it, the fluid that came out, or the liquid that came out, was clear. So that's an indication that it needs to stay on the stalk a little while longer. It's not completely ready yet. Also, I'm noticing that the silks have not completely dried out. So we're gonna let it stay on there a little longer, but it's nice and full. It's a full ear of corn, but it's not ready. So we're gonna let it stay on there. Okay, so I just closed it back up. So when you check, make sure you do not pull the husk completely down. So you'll be able to just cover it right back up. You don't want it exposed. Okay? So, we'll wait a little while longer for that. Well, while I'm out here, let's go look around and see what else is going on. I'm right here by the broccoli area, the broccoli bed as I call it. And I noticed another fatality. Look, this is one of the crowns of broccoli. This is the Destiny broccoli. It seems like whatever critter this is prefers Destiny broccoli over the green magic, because this is the only one in the same plant too. Well, the same container. I lost one crown from this plant, and now this is the one right next to it. Same type of damage. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. But, so it seems as though I need to get out here and harvest those crowns. I want them to get as large as they possibly can. But if we're going to have pests coming and eating the broccoli, eating the vegetables, I can't have that. You work too hard to let some critter come and take your harvest, huh? Okay. So this is the Arcadia broccoli, and it's now forming its crowns. So we're moving along well. Now I've already harvested from here twice. I got the crown from here, and I got the crown from there. And guess what? Side shoots. Those are side shoots. Remember when I told you that once you harvest the main crown, it will tell the plant it's time to start producing more. So it will produce side shoots. So there you go. Those are the side shoots. You see there? And there. And there's another one. So once you harvest that first crown, I'll show you where the crown was. The main crown. Here we go. You see down in there? Sorry, it's taking so long to show. There you go. That's where I harvested that main crown. And then the other little broccoli florets you see, those are side shoots. So the same thing is going to happen with this one. Over here with the Destiny broccoli, I've already harvested the crowns on these, the main crown. So yeah, that's going to tell the plant to start producing side shoots. Now, what I'm going to do, when I have this happen, it happened once before, I'll go ahead and harvest that crown. Of course, I'm not going to eat it. I'll probably place it in the compost bin or throw it away. And then once I harvest that main crown, that'll tell the plant, hey, start producing side shoots. So even though I lost the main crown, hopefully it'll start producing side shoots, and that'll make up for it. That's a main crown, and it's kind of small. You know what? I think, I'm going to be totally honest, I prefer Green Magic. And we're going to check out this Arcadia broccoli and see how I like that. There's different varieties. It's just that the Green Magic one, it seems like a very popular variety. And it's plentiful in southeast Louisiana where I live. So here's some more side shoots. Matter of fact, this is one of the first broccoli crowns that I harvested, and now look at all the side shoots. Look at that. Okay. So I just want to let you see that. That's what's going on in the broccoli bed. So you may have one bad thing, but several other good things. You take the good with the bad. All right. I'm going to quickly move over to the cabbage. Yeah, I see leaf damage, but the head, those are outer leaves. The head of the cabbage seems like it's still doing well. So I'm not going to fret. Trying to get a steady shot. I think I need to to trim off some more outer leaves. Look where the bok choy came back, or it's actually pak choy. The plant is called toi choy. I've shown it to you before. But remember, I harvested those two large heads, and now this one actually regrew. That one did not. Okay, that's where I harvested my largest cabbage, and as you can see, there is regrowth. Okay, and my very first cabbage, right now, that's the only one I've harvested. There's more to come though. Here's some more of that's the Ruby Perfection. And let's see, and this must be no, this is Red Jewel, sorry. Red Jewel, and this one is the Ruby Perfection. The others is going to be Primo Vantage and Cheers cabbage. All right. Over here we have more cabbage in the same bed as the celery. But let me back up real quick before I take you over there and show you the elephant garlic. Everything is progressing well. These are my smaller cloves of garlic over here. Soft neck, just smaller cloves. So I know what this container will produce are going to be smaller bulbs of garlic, because I started off by planting small cloves. So that's what you're going to get. I don't think there's anything that you can do to try to make them bigger. You're going to get what you plant. Okay? That's the elephant garlic. I only have that one container of elephant garlic. It's a grow bag. Over here are the larger cloves of garlic. I planted a good bit of those. I have a grow bag, a 10-gallon grow bag, and a tote. Okay, that's a 40-gallon tote. All right. Over here, I harvested one of my Chinese cabbages, and what's left is that one Chinese cabbage, which I need to do something with because the insects are enjoying themselves. Plus, with the rain, it's been a lot of rain and a lot of damp days, so we're getting a lot of leaf damage. I haven't had to water in days because it's been raining off and on. It's not a heavy continuous rain, but it may shower just a little bit. Okay, those are the two Cheers cabbage in that little pool with the that Chinese cabbage. Okay, now look, this grow bag will have to be used for something else because I've already harvested the Chinese cabbage out of that, and they're not growing back, as you can see. So that container there, or that grow bag, can be reused. I'll think of something to grow, or maybe just save it until later. I have more lettuce. That's going to be the Butter Crunch. This is where I harvested Butter Crunch lettuce, and some they're actually growing back. They're regrowing. This is my Paris Island lettuce. As you can see, it is gone to flower. Okay, it's sprouted. And what I want to do, the reason why I'm just letting it grow is because I looked up information on how to harvest those seeds. So I'm going to get to work on that. My bay laurel is growing. That's an onion. I have one onion that survived in that container. I think I know for a fact I planted more than that, but only one onion is survived. My mustard greens. Yeah, we know about my mustard green success story. Now over here was the red kidney beans. I pretty much harvested all of those, and I'm going to use them for seed when I grow more kidney beans next time. So we're done with the kidney beans. I think I see this is a plant. Yeah, it's time to do some trimming. Just got to make time to do that. Okay. Over here, rosemary. And those are green onions that I should have been harvested. Look at that. Look how big they are. Yeah, I need to do something about that. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest that. And the rosemary looks good too. I dehydrated rosemary a couple of days ago, about a week or so ago. Over in this bed, we do have Ruby Perfection and red jewel cabbage next to my celery here. Look how well the celery is growing. Let's get down in there. Can you see, guys? There you go. My celery is progressing well. It looks good. Okay, over here I have more onion. These are the whole onions. Okay. And in the past I said I haven't had success growing onions, but it looks like I will have onions this time. Now these are green onions, but those are your regular white onions. Let's see, my tomatoes. I harvested, I think 2 off of this plant. They were starting to blush. No, 1. I harvested 1 off of this one. And over here where the beefsteak is, I harvested one of the largest ones. Oh, there's another one that needs to come off. But I try to harvest them at first blush and let them continue to ripen in the house. I see at least 2 more that can come off because they're starting to, look at this. All right. They're starting to turn red. That's what I mean by blush. They're starting to turn red. So I see another one I can go ahead and harvest. I actually see 2 more. Okay. I hope this camera angle was pretty good. I'm trying. But this is my morning inspection also, so it's like I'm trying to do both things. Really look around and also show you what's going on. Now, these are my potatoes, and I should be sweet potatoes, I'm sorry. Marguerite and Makatia, sweet potatoes. You're supposed to be able to harvest these when the leaves turn yellow and begin to wilt. But as you can see, they're still kind of pretty. So, not yet. And over there, those are the Beauregard sweet potatoes. And we have a ways to go on those. I'm trying to get the whole entire area. Collard greens. I struggle with collard greens. I do well with mustards now, but collard greens, they attack collards so quickly. Before I can even get a chance to actually harvest, they attack. So you see a lot of insect damage. Over here with the red giant mustards, and those are Miss America mustards. It's a small variety, red. Okay. I'm trying to go quickly. I don't want to hold you too long. This is also a little extra celery plant that I had left in the greenhouse, so I just put it in a little pot by itself. And it's growing fine. That's a shallot. I have some more shallots over there. It should be at least 3 over here, but I see 1 is growing, sprouting. And there's 1 other over there that's growing, but I actually planted at least 3 in each container. And these are shallots also. I've harvested off this at least 3-4 times and dehydrated them. And I need to come out here and do a little more harvesting. Okay, so other side, we can see the other side of the collards. These are also mustards. The same mustards that are in the raised bed. This is your Florida broadleaf. And these are collards also. These look a little better than the ones that are over there in those containers. Okay, let's see what else did I miss over on this side. Oh, I'll show you this before. I just peeked over in the pepper patch and I saw something interesting. I'm gonna go over there and check that out. My potatoes. As you can see, I have several containers with my potatoes dissolved in the soil. I have those two grow bags, this container, and those two totes right there. But the one in the middle are my red potatoes, and they are actually growing. There's actual potatoes in there. I actually saw them poking out of the soil, so I quickly just added more soil. Because you don't want the potato exposed. When you have to add soil to your potatoes, once they start growing, now this may be the variety that actually you have to heal up. It's called healing up. You're actually adding more soil or more growing medium, whatever it is that you're growing your potatoes in, to cover those potatoes because they'll begin to be exposed, and you don't want that because that can cause, I think it's called a green potato, and it's toxic. So you want them completely covered. So you heal up and you add more dirt so they'll have more room to grow, more soil to grow in. So that's what I have to do with this. So that makes me happy that I actually will have potatoes, because I was very disappointed that I lost the others. I'm not sure why, but the only ones that survived were these red potatoes. And that's what happened to me last year too. It wasn't much because I didn't plant much, but I did get some small red potatoes, and looks like that's what I have again this year. But I'm not going to stop trying until I get a whole harvest. It's worth it. Look what's going down in the pepper patch, y'all. They're still growing. I thought I had just harvested all the peppers I could, and I was going to let them just go ahead and die out and try to overwinter them. But they're still doing their thing. Look at that. Looks like I'm going to have to come out here and harvest some peppers. The weather we have in Louisiana, it gives us a long growing season. This is November, and I wore shorts yesterday. I am sleeveless today, not even a jacket, and it is the temperature is so nice, so comfortable. It feels like spring. So, with the holidays coming up, you kind of want some cool weather because it makes it more festive. It feels like, the seasons have changed. But, sometimes we don't even have a real winter. We have a few really cool days. You go out all dressed up and bundled up, and before you know it, you have to take off a few layers because it's warm. But, so that's how our weather is, but it gives us a longer growing season, and as you can see, I am producing peppers over here. The pepper patch is still very much alive and kicking. Yeah, gotta harvest some peppers, y'all. Okay, you guys. Everything is everything in the Joy Garden. A lot of insect damage, as I said, but a lot of happy surprises like the bell peppers. I thought the bell peppers were done, the sweet bell peppers. But there's more over there. So I gotta go over. I've been completely I water the bell peppers, haven't fertilized because I'm going to overwinter them. So I thought I had removed all the peppers, and I was gonna go ahead and prune them and get them ready to be overwintered. And I'm passing by, and I see more peppers. So I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna harvest them if they're ready, or even if they're not ready, because the seasons are gonna change. It's not cold yet, not even a little bit. Looks like we're gonna be wearing shorts for Thanksgiving this year. I'm telling you. Okay, you can wear spring attire on Thanksgiving Day in Louisiana. I've done it, trust me. So we have a long growing season. So that's why I'm growing tomatoes right now, which I'm happy about because I wasn't able to get tomatoes during the summertime because it was way too hot. It was like in the mid 90s all the time. And tomatoes don't like hot weather. So they can't pollinate. And the flowers won't pollinate and they die off. So now I'm getting my tomatoes. As you can see, the broccoli, that same area, something is attacking those broccoli crowns. So I'm going to lose another broccoli crown, but that's okay. I will go ahead and cut that crown off, like I said, throw it away or compost it, and allow the plant to start creating side shoots. So that'll be a win if that happens. And as you can see, there's other plants that's actually happening right now, that it is creating the little side shoots. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and harvest some things and also trim back some leaves. So you guys, I've been doing a lot of cooking things that I've harvested out of the garden, my early fall harvest like the brassicas. And I have a cabbage in there, and this weekend that cabbage will be cooked. I have a cabbage that I harvested out of the garden, one of the Primo Vantages, my very first of the season, my early fall harvest, and I'm gonna cook it this weekend, and I will record it and let you see. And the tomatoes that I've already harvested, one of the beefsteaks is in the house and it is ripening. It's still turning red, and I'm going to get a few more that I saw that are blushing right now. And yeah, I got to trim a lot of leaves. And I'm really happy about the potatoes because I was getting really disappointed that my potato harvest was always lackluster. But now, look, either lackluster or non-existent at all. Okay. So to see when I saw those potatoes poking up out of the soil, I got so excited. And then I thought about, I'm like, wait a minute, I got to heal up. I got to add more dirt. I got to cover these. So I quickly grabbed some soil. Look, I grabbed soil out of those containers where the potatoes didn't grow. I just grabbed some of that soil and threw it on top to cover up those potatoes that were poking up out of the soil. So that is a great indication that there is life down under there. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get to work. If I do anything interesting, of course, I'm going to record it and share it with you. But you've pretty much seen everything so far. So, all right, there you go. I trimmed a lot of outer leaves. Remember how bushy it was and how full those huge leaves were, just all over the place. But that's not what I'm growing. I'm not trying to grow big giant outer leaves. I want the cabbage head to form. You can eat those outer leaves. You can cut them up and cook them just like you do any other green, if they're tender enough, because they are tougher than the center leaves. So you do have to cook them longer. And but I'm more interested in the cabbage head forming. So I trimmed a good bit off. Now there's 2 cabbages in this container. So, but I got a good bit of the outer leaves off. It was real, it was full. The container was full. That is red jewel, I believe. If you remember what they look like, or go back and look at the older footage, you'll see that I did a number on these cabbages. I cut off all those leaves. I tried to get rid of all of those wet leaves underneath. I could see where and these are also Primo Vantages, had a lot of damage because it was too close together. I felt like it couldn't get enough airflow. Probably not enough. I feel it didn't get enough airflow. So that's one thing that's important. You need to get that airflow. You don't want these leaves just trapped over here in a damp area. That's why they were probably hit the hardest with insects. So I did trim, And I have a feeling that after that good trim of those outer leaves, they're going to start to really concentrate on forming that cabbage head in the middle, and it's going to grow larger. So I am very pleased with how they look now. Even over here, they had those big leaves on those. I trimmed every single one. You can really see the difference when I go over here where the celery was. Where the celery is, I'm sorry. It's still there. Okay, look at this. If you can remember, this bed was filled. Both Red Jewel and Ruby Perfection. Look, here's a leaf that I cut off. I knew I dropped one. I found it. Okay. So yeah, we have Ruby Perfection and Red Jewel in this container, and the leaves were so huge. They were the size of elephant ears. They were so big. You can still see some of them on this plant, so I probably need to cut this back a little bit more. Matter of fact, I'll do it while I have you right here. And I just got to tearing them off like this, to be totally honest. Try not to damage the plant, but see, you want airflow. You want the water to hit the roots. Now those upturned leaves, the outer leaves are designed like that because when the water falls down those outer leaves, it goes directly into the center of the plant where to water the plant right at its center. So those upturned leaves on the outer surface, they're supposed to be like that. But when you see that so much energy is going into these huge outer leaves and nutrients, you want to trim back just a few, because if not, it could grow wild. And that's what I had, I feel. Especially with those several days of heavy rains, it had a lot of growth. So it needed a good trim. So now, more airflow for the celery also. You can get a good look at the celery now from this view. Those leaves were covering them. Yep, I didn't get to the mustards, but I'm tired. So I'm gonna go inside and relax. But I feel like it's a job well done in the garden. I even trimmed this area too. Those are two Cheers cabbage plants right there. And I trimmed the leaves on those also. And while doing research on the lettuce, I'll close with this. The research I did on the lettuce, you see these little flowers, okay? They've bolted, right? They've gone to flower. So we're gonna wait till those yellow leaves, those yellow flowers or blossoms, open up, and supposedly there's this little white fluffy part of the flower. That's what we're waiting for. And then pretty much it's gonna give you just tons and tons of seeds. They're very small, but there'll be a bunch of them. If you do it too soon, it's a waste. If you do it too late, then the wind is going to catch those fluffy little petals and blow them away. So you have to wait for the right moment when they begin to flower out, when these yellow flowers bloom, and then they turn white and fluffy, and then that's when you're going to shake them. They say it's very easy to catch the seeds, and there's plenty of them. So it's not at that stage yet. The yellow flowers are there, but they need to open up, and then the next stage they'll be like white and fluffy, and then that's when you're going to go ahead and harvest those seeds just by giving them a good shake and catching them. So I did my research. All right, the more you learn, the more you grow. So then I'll have those seeds where I can grow some more lettuce next season. Lettuce is not it's a cool weather plant, but it's not a cold weather plant. So it's not gonna do well if it gets too cold. So there we have it. I am done for the day. I am so tired. Okay. All right, you guys. Let me show you what I was able to harvest. I got some of the green onions, the beefsteak tomatoes that were starting to ripen, some Mizuna Miss America mustards, and also I cleared out the pepper patch. All right, you guys, I am done for the day. The garden got the royal treatment. I didn't want to water, even though I see some of the plants may need it, because I think it's going to rain. It's very overcast. You can feel the dampness in the air. So I have a feeling it's going to rain, and I don't want to overdo it. You never know how long it's going to rain, and then it'll be overly saturated, and that can cause root rot. I don't want that. So, but I am finished with my duties, my garden duties for the day. I am happy with my harvest, and so I'm going to go inside and get a nice hot shower and then relax and enjoy the rest of my evening. And you guys do the same. So I'm going to sign off now. Thanks for tuning in. Bye, you guys.